of the acts of the
Now I humbly invite Dr. Jojo John, the principal in charge of Matthiophilis Training College in Nalanjara, Trivandrum, for the welcome address. He holds an MA in English, Philosophy, Sociology, MAd and doctoral degree in Mind Power. He is also a research guide at the University of Kerala and former chief editor of the journal Teacher, Learner and Society. Additionally, he is a resource person for various organizations, a life skill trainer, YouTuber with 35,000 subscribers. A warm welcome to respected Dr. Jojo sir.
Hello, everybody. Warm welcome to one and all. Now, I hope many would join very fast. It would be great if you share the poster and the link with your friends, colleagues, and students. Matthiophilis Training College, Mental Health for Action, and Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer's Smile. We three are together organizing a brilliant program on mental health. And I'm really delighted that you are spending your precious time, 7 to 8 p.m., really precious time. And it's going to be a satsang with none other than Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer. Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer is a philanthropist to the core, a physician by profession, and a philanthropist by enthusiasm and vision. And she's a passionate dancer, and she's a Bharatanatyam artist and performed in very prestigious stages and many divine temples as well. And she's a name known both in the field of profession of dentistry and psychology. She is a faculty member of dentistry and psychology. She has given 1,000 plus talks in different platforms and in 35 plus cities around India. And she is a keynote speaker of various international conferences, and she has bagged many awards in her journey of positivity and motivation. And she holds a diploma in counseling, diploma in child psychology, diploma in psychology and counseling, diploma in art therapy, diploma in counseling skills, diploma in relationship counseling, diploma in psycho competency tools and techniques, postgraduate diploma in child psychology, in addition to her professional degrees in the medical field. And she was given prestigious awards like Rotary Excellence Award, Mrs. Wellness title in Mrs. Chennai 2025 on 7th March 2025, Illustrious Woman Influencer Award in 2025, Vishnu Award by Yukto and Nisi in 2025, Special Appreciation Award from Indian Dental Association, Tamil Nadu State in 2025. I have mentioned the awards in 2025 alone. And if I go on explaining her peculiarities, it would take much time, because she's a person with a great profile and a person really passionate about training and influencing others. And she's a philanthropist, and she has been supporting Matthiophilis Training College in all our activities. Every year she delivers around 5 to 6 talks, and she is a key resource person in all our international, national workshops and ventures. A phenomenal person, a very loving person, a friend to everyone. Whenever you meet her, talk to her, it would lead you to greater enthusiasm, positivity, and creativity. An amazing person, a real gem of a person, no words to introduce her. And my college, Matthiophilis Training College, all the faculty members, the manager, bursar, everyone, all the students are really indebted to you, ma'am, for your continuous help and assistance over the last 5 years. You have been rendering phenomenal support to us. No words to thank you. And I would also like to thank all those who are present here, some eminent psychologists are here, outstanding people are here, like Porju sir. I'm really delighted to welcome all of you. I would not like to steal much of our resource person's time, and I'm really delighted to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Kindly share the poster and link with your colleagues, taking a couple of minutes so that they would also benefit. Thank you very much. Warm welcome, ma'am. Rajarishmi.
You over to ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jojo John, sir, for those kind words. Am I audible?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
perfect.
Okay. So good evening, everybody. And it gives me a great pleasure to actually, stand or, try to share my thought process with each one of you. It really means a lot because, we've been doing a lot of seminars like this on a national level. And I think, we need to thank and applaud Jojo John sir for that excellent work that he is doing. And today, I guess, we have a very important role to play because we are going to talk on a very, very sensitive, at the same time, very, very need of the hour topic. And this topic is very close to my heart because for the last 18 years that I have been into the field of psychology, and I've always been a very hands-on person. So I will be taking you through two very important aspects today. Of course, the topic given to me is mental well-being for all, and I will be working on that. I will have the session divided into two, which means the first half of the session would be about theoretical aspects. The second part of the presentation would be the practical aspects, and of course we will have question and answer session too. So I'm just getting started right now. I'm sharing my screen. So please let me know if you're able to see my screen. Just give me a second.
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
I would need help from people who are going to run the show, especially by muting others. Are you all able to see my screen, please?
Yeah, perfect, ma'am.
Perfect. So I would like to thank Mar Theophilus Training College. As Jojo John sir has very clearly said, I've been associated with them for almost 5+ years now, started during the COVID, and I think, it's going strong. And I welcome all of you to this national webinar on mental well-being for all, right? And mental well-being for all is such a very important topic, especially at this point of time. Now, whenever we had the definition of health way back by WHO in 1948, they also, spoke about mental well-being, right? So this was a very integral part. But however, whenever we spoke about health or disease, the more focus was only given to the basic physical health, right? It was not given to the mental health. So mental well-being basically encompasses the emotional, the psychological, the social well-being, and it impacts people, the way they think, the way they feel inside, and the way they behave outside, right? And it's a state basically which allows individuals to cope with life stresses and realize their inner potential and definitely contribute to society. So in today's time, these three very important components are in a doldrums right now, right? Because you see a lot of people, you just take a consensus or you take a statistics about 10 people, and you will hear 7 of them saying that, I'm stressed, or, I have anxiety attack, or I'm not able to sleep well, or any such things. And they will say, I'm in depression. So 9 out of 10 people will tell you that. And I'm just giving you in a score of 10. You multiply it exponentially into the number of population that you are surrounded with. I'm sure most of you, and this is nothing related to age group or nothing related to gender, nothing related to the profession, each and everyone would say the same thing, right? So mental health is not merely the absence of any mental illness, but it is also an essential part of your overall health and quality of life, right? So, what are the three aspects of mental well being? If you include the basic three aspects, they are the emotional well being, the psychological well being, and the social well being. The emotional well being is what you're experiencing inside yourself. It is a range of emotions, and how are you managing them effectively? Psychological well-being is refers to the cognitive functions. It could include the way you think, the way you learn, the way you make decisions. And social well-being is how healthy your relationships are, what are your social connections, and a sense of belonging. Many people understand social well-being in a very wrong aspect, especially with the influence of social media, right? Now, social media is a platform where you have a lot of people who are exchanging thoughts, ideas over a platform, but need not necessarily mean that they have deeper connections or they can really make things work. So this is something that we need to understand, how to talk to people, how to behave with people, how to nurture a relationship, and how to live in a very healthy relationship. Today, we are surrounded by a lot of people who are talking about divorce, or, they don't want any commitments in relationships. And there are people whom you would hear them saying that, I'm more comfortable just with my cell phone. I really don't want to have into a real life. I'm happy with my real life, right? So these are the aspects which is affecting the mental well-being of people. Now, why are we talking about a very sensitive or a very important topic today? It is because it has started impacting our daily life. Because people, whether they are in a whatever age group, they are going through the stress, and they need to know how to handle challenges and relate to others. Next is essential for overall health. When I say this, I mean in terms of the physical health, and of course, in terms of all the other aspects of health, the emotional health, the financial health, the social health, the psychological health, mental health, right? All of them together. And you cannot weigh one more than the other. All of them are as important. And if you look at, if you have to give a score, now, if you're getting 10 on 10 on your physical health, but if you're sad or depressed or your social health is less, that means it will start impacting the others also. So this is understandable, because we know that people are connected and people need all these different aspects of health. And of course, how do you contribute to society? This, I always keep saying the statement: the first 10 years of your life after you start earning your first salary is a life of struggle, life of survival, right? And I'm sure many of us would have gone through that. Next 10 years is a life of success, where you will start tasting success in all aspects of your life. But the last 10 years and more is what decides the person that you are. Many people are very constipated when it in terms of sharing knowledge. Now, the more you share, the more people are going to get benefited out of it, and that is how you can contribute to the society in a very positive way, right? Now, this is very important, because the third life is a life of significance. So the first 10 years is life of survival, the next 10 years is life of success, and the last 10 years and more is a life of significance. Now, how many people can you literally count in your fingers and say that they have made a positive contributory effect on the society? Now, this is a question mark, right? Many people, even after they have been dead and gone, they are still remembered because of their contributions to society. Now, this is very important, my dear friends. What are the factors which affect the mental well-being? Now, if you look at the various factors, the first one is your life itself. There are many things which happens in each of our lives, and they can be stressful situations. They can make a lot of significant turning points in your life, which can affect your mental health. Next is relationships. Today, I can speak hours and hours on relationships, because that is where you would see a lot of stress and strain on people, right? Next is the lifestyle choices. Today, you go out, you step out, and then you see a five-star hotel or any hotel on the, on your road, which will say there is a midnight offer and you can eat till about 2 in the morning, and you will get it at a 50% discount, or you can have biryanis, or, whatever you want at that odd hours. Now, imagine if you're going to eat something like that at that point of time, when are you going to give your body a rest to sleep? And today, if you see, there are sleep clinics coming up because of a impairment in the sleep pattern. And with all this, when you get up in the morning, are you going to feel fresh and fine? The answer is a no. You're going to feel a little more groggy, a little more, irritated. You want to sleep a little more. You feel you're just not, what do you say, active enough for the day. And then you want to snooze your alarm buttons and just go on, right? So these are the lifestyle choices that we, or the younger generation, is taking today. And last but not the least, the mental health conditions. Now, there are a lot of issues which are significantly affecting people in different sectors of their life. And this is something that we need to, absolutely look into, right? Now, how can you improve mental well-being? There are basically 4 very important aspects. First is self-care. You need to exercise, you need to be mindful, you need to practice meditation, relaxation, so that you can keep the stress at bay. You also need to seek support in case you are not able to handle it yourself. You can connect with family and friends who are not going to be judgmental about you, who are going to take care of you and help you walk through these stressed times. Otherwise, you would need professionals like us who are going to give you the support and guidance. Next is to build resilience. Now, how do you build resilience? It is by navigating your life and, bouncing back into the track that you want your life to be, or identifying the purpose of your life and stepping forward. And last but not the least is prioritizing relationships. And these are a very important part, because today we know you have to nurture your relationship. You need to give time so that, your relationship has a lot of depth in it, right? We don't want superfluous friends. We want friends who are deep down, your 2 a.m. friends. When you are in trouble, they would come running up to you and help you out. So that is what we are looking out for. Now let's look into each of these points in a little more depth. The first one is obviously self-care and healthy habits. Now, in self-care, the first thing that I would say is what we call, in an acronym, we say EARN, E-A-R-N-N. E is for exercise, where we need to start working out at least 30 to 40 minutes every single day. Now, this is very important because as you do these exercises, you have what is called the dose hormones, which get secreted in your body. The dopamine, the oxytocin, the serotonin, and the endorphins. And these together would boost your mood, reduce stress, and give you an overall well-being. Next is nutrition. Now, when I talk about nutrition, it needs to have a platter which has 5 colors of fruits and vegetables. It should be white, yellow to orange, red, green, and purple. And these fruits and vegetables with whole grains, and when you take them, you will see that all your body parameters are going to be healthy. Now, if you're going to have a lot of processed food, sugary drinks, alcohol, and whatnot, you're going to see that your parameters in about 5 to 10 years are going to really skyrocket. Now, this is something that you need to take a very conscious decision, a very mindful choice every time you put a morsel in your mouth, right? Next is sleep. So sleep is about 7 to 9 hours every single day. When I say day, I mean in the nocturnal time, right? So nocturnal sleep, and this supports the cognitive function, mood, and immune health. And you need to see that you are giving this amount of relaxation for your internal organs. And most of it is about 10 in the night till 2 in the morning, where you have a good melatonin secretion. And this is very vital in today's time. So we say EARN. You need to earn your health. E stands for exercise, A is for positive mental attitude, R is for rest, and N is for nutrition, saying that you need to earn your good health, right? Next is being mindful and relaxed. So this is very important, wherein you will have meditation and yoga to actually reduce your stress and improve your present moment, your that you are here and you're right now here, right? And of course, your stress management, wherein you can identify your stress triggers and then, develop healthy coping mechanisms, and try to journal, try to spend time with nature, and, have good people, good friends around you to help you. Now, this is about self-care and healthy habits. Next is social connections and support. As I told you, you need to have meaningful connections with your family, friends, and supportive groups. And you should have a very open communication where you can share your, thoughts without having any filters, and there where you're not going to be judged. Next is to have a supportive network wherein you would have probably people where you can join organizations and have shared interest. And today, if you look into Facebook or Insta or any other mode of connection, you would see people who have shared interest. You have photography clubs where people who like wildlife photography would go out together. They are trekking groups, they are walking groups, so many of them. I can keep going on, and this is very important. And you have these kind of networks even in arts and fine arts. Like, there are people who love dancing, so there are dance clubs, there are music clubs, there are book reading clubs. So it depends on what is your mindset, and what would you want, and how you want to connect with people, a like-mindedness, right? And last but not the least is giving back, where you can volunteer your time, your expertise, your energy, your resources, and try to bring a sense of purpose and connection to the world around you. Next is seeking professional help. Now, seeking professional help, you can have therapy sessions with people who can give you a basic therapy, either in a form of an individual therapy or in form of a group therapy. You can have family counseling, and all this would help you cope up with your present situation better. And of course, if the talk therapies don't work, or you are in a very severe state, then we start giving you medication, again with the help of your doctor, where an appropriate dosage with the medication is given to you. And last is about the other areas that you need to touch upon. So you have areas of finding a purpose in life. Now, you need to have a dream book, set goals on a probably a yearly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, on an hourly basis, and work towards it. And definitely, when you start doing that, you feel like you've achieved. And you can improve your self-esteem and have a lot more motivation to do much things better. And of course, about practicing gratitude. Now, this is again something that I can go on and on and on it. And every day, from the moment you get out of bed till the time you get back, you need to thank God, the Creator, the Almighty, and that's the basic things that you need to do. And this you will help you have a more optimistic outlook towards life, right? And focus on the positivity. We always call it the supermarket approach. Now, if I'm going to judge people and say, oh, this is wrong in them, that is wrong in them, and keep on finding faults and, being a kind of a complainer, then I will never have good friends. I will always have people do the same thing to me. However, what you can do is find out the goods in people. We generally say the power of five. 5 good things in each person who sits next to you or walks with you, your wife, your husband, your children, your mother-in-law, whoever it is. Find 5 good things and keep reminding yourself about that 5 good things. It will help you look at a very positive outlook towards life. You will start having lesser, what shall I say, aberrations and verbal conflicts. And thereby you can see that you will have a lot of good thoughts, and that will help you have better relationships and people. Limit social media use as much as possible. Set healthy boundaries. Say, okay, I will look into my social media for 1 hour every day. I understand we are living in a era where we look into our social media, we look into our WhatsApp and Insta, Facebook, and all is necessary. I'm not telling give up on it, but you need to allocate time and sit or stick to your time schedule, right? And learn new skills. Be always in a creative mode. Always see that what more can I learn? And when Dr. Jojo John was trying to share about me, I'm sure he has seen me grow over these 5 years where I have kept learning new skills, right? So friends, now we finished the first part of it, and now is the most exciting part, which is the working, the action part, right? Hmm, why do I say this is most important? Because action speaks louder than words. Whatever I have told you so far, even if you've not understood anything, if you have not switched on your videos, if you're lying down and listening, if you're not taking down notes, especially for people who are students here, now it is very, very important for you to understand that we should not glorify the challenge. We should be a part of a solution. So I started what is called the Get In, Get Fit series, and I'm going to share a very interesting journey of around 5+ years with you, right? So I started the Get In, Get Fit in 2020, and we had 5 basic verticals at that point of time. Today I have 7 verticals under that, and this is our logo, the Get In, Get Fit, which starts with a morning club wherein we have a lot of exercises happening. The vision of the Get In, Get Fit is that we need to influence or touch more than 10,000 people who are taking their baby steps and trying to have a better outlook towards their life, right? And we have a panel of people who are experts. Now, experts not only in exercise and mindfulness, in eating, nutrition, in the way they want to take their life forward, right? And it is so very important that once we start learning or listening to people, we start adopting that in our own personal lives and make our lives better, right? So welcome to the most holistic fitness community. We celebrated the 100-week celebration, and you can see how excited all of us are. And then we celebrated the 1,500 years, again, a moment of pride for all of us. And then you can see we celebrated the 250th week of RGIJF. And you can see all of us, this is on our tour to Yelagiri this year, and how much we enjoyed and had fun throughout those 2.5 days that we were away from home. Next is that, we started also what is called the Pamper Yourself series, where I started the session with basics in healthcare and skin care and face care and oral care and nail care and things like that. And today you can see that, it is bounced up so well. Now, as Lucy Ball said, love yourself first and everything else falls in line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. So self-care is a divine responsibility, my dear friends. It's not about like, oh, look at her, she's got time to roam around. No, we need to take care of ourselves. And inspiring young minds, where we started working with children less than 12 years of age. So it was very, very convenient for us to basically connect with the children, understand their needs, and definitely come up with the solutions for them, right? Now, in Get In, Get Fit series, we actually started way back. And we started trying to send the feelers via our Insta, Facebook, and through the usual other platforms of where you can actually connect with people easily, your YouTube. Now, this was one of my talks way back in January of 2024, where I was interviewed on Instagram Live. And as I told you, we have the YouTube channel also under the head called Team Red Rockstars, Dr. Vidya Smile Dental Clinic. And here again, you will see a lot of posts on mental health and mental well-being. These are a group of my friends where all of us get together every single day. And here this was International Yoga Day, so you can see us all in different poses. And it's so very important that we developed a camaraderie. And this is very important, because here you will see that it's just about a few people. But however, when you look at the ratio of the people who are actually switching on their cameras and listening, now that would make a big difference, because when you think about exercising or mindfulness or anything that you want to work on, you should be looking straight in the eye of the speaker and really get the best out of it, right? So here you can see each of our team members working on and doing their asanas. You can also see us, because it's just not indoors. We go outdoors and we have our friends with whom we do exercises every single day, right? And you will see it's men, women, everybody are a part of it. You can also see where we have gone contributory to schools in Chennai, and you will see how it has impacted the kind of thinking process of this child, especially. And you can see that most of them are actually from the second standard. And you will see here many of them are getting into a lot of dropouts, because they don't have that inclination to study. So this was something where I went and did a fun therapy, like a movement therapy with the children, helping them learn to dance and have fun, and thereby picking out people where they would be interested in doing a lot of other things. So this, you can see, we did it. Next, I also volunteer my time. I need somebody's help. Somebody's audio is on. We need to switch that off, please. I also, go to Children's Hospital in Egmore and, try to help those chronically medically compromised children and, of course, young adults to understand, their role or their kind of a thought process when you have somebody come and, tell us sorry, or, try to explain something. So this is very important. Here we had done a lot of activities with the kids. This is about a leaf art that we worked on the children, and you can see how enthusiastically these children are working. Very important right now, just because we are on this platform, we need to understand that we need to help the children and their caregivers get the maximum, I repeat, get the maximum kind of attention, because it is so very important for us to understand for two reasons. That one is, when you are working, it is so important that you are here mindful, and you can see how we allow the creative essence of the children, of the parents, to also come out, right? This is mandala art, and you can see how each of them have drawn it and colored it and shaded it. It looks same at the first glance, but it's not always the same, right? So this is very important, because the colors you pick, the thing, all that is very important. So we talk about color psychology, the strokes, and everything which just comes up on your mind, right? Next is, you can see again with golden butterflies. Yes. Can I continue?
Carry on, ma'am. Carry on, please. Carry on.
Okay. So this is again a journey of self-reflection. When I think somebody's mic is on. Is it
I will
okay?
manage that, ma'am. Carry
Ah,
on. I will manage that.
okay. So in golden butterflies, no, it's echoing. Okay. So in Golden Butterflies, we help all these children who are medically compromised, and they have been in hospital for more than 1 year or 2 years or even multiple years. Now, when things like that happens, one, the parents have to fend for the children. So either one of the mother or the father, they give up on their work, and the other person works doubly. right? Next is a very important thing where the children are themselves very timid and shy that they don't want to come and talk or tell anybody. And thereby you will see the perpetrator or the person who's causing the inflict just go scot-free. So we definitely need to look into this aspect also. And here you can see me working and sitting with these children and having fun with them. We also have what is called as play therapy, where we play with the children. So you can see how the children come out of their shell and start talking to you and making you feel comfortable, right? And this is after the workshop. You can see a lot of colored paintings on the floor. Now, this is how we go and we work with the medically compromised children because we want to give them a kind of a normalistic life, right? This is again another workshop where we worked out with the MSSW, which is the Madras School of Social Work. And you can see this is the kind of accolades I have got over the years, where it is so very heart touching, where a person, they need not know you, but they are taking time and effort and just knowing you, right? So that's important. Also, another aspect of mental well-being is what is called POSH, or prevention of sexual harassment, especially with girls and women, right? Now, when you look into this concept, if you just walk on the left, you can understand that a lot of people here have taken time, energy, and effort to understand what exactly is each of these emblems or logo is simplifying with, right? Now, conducting such awareness session everywhere amongst students on social causes, especially as I told you right now, it is, where we are, stepping forward, moving out of our comfort zone and then going and getting a sponge. It could make the same and help others understand what exactly, they are looking at. And we do a lot of POSH and POXO offense cases, especially at workplace or at it could be a firm that you're all meeting at, or it could be any such things like that. So here you can see where we are helping in our own way. You can see that. And this is also very important because when you are attached to any colleges, some of them whom you do not know or they do not know you. Now, it is very vital for us to introduce ourselves. So here you can see me, trying to address the students. And here again, you can see me who's trying to address the students after the session, the break session, right? So this is again very important because only when you address concerns will you get proper relevant results. This is in terms of no tobacco and why adultery or why such things happen, rape cases happen. It's all because the children at any given point of time did not definitely have a kind of a role model, or they would have either their own parents where you can see that the parents are not doing well. But it is so very important for us to work out on these cases, especially when it's a webinar. You need to definitely know to how to go about it, right? So this is in terms of anti-drug therapy, anti-cancer awareness, anti-tobacco, anti-alcohol, and other kinds of non-negotiable diseases. Mostly they are non-communicable, right? And of course, a lot of my articles has come in the newspaper also. This was one among them, why e-cigarettes are targeted by children. So this is again very interesting when you go through and read through the entire process, right? And here you can see influencing children, the future generation, right? In various colleges and hospital, which is again very important. It is so vital that you are influencing or touching people from all walks of life, right? That's why I named the topic also mental seminar or mental webinar, definitely host for two. So that is very important, right? Here you can see again POSH and POXO. We are doing a lot of sessions, not only for colleges, but also schools. And this is very important because it helps you understand the children better. So here again, you can see me in one of those sessions and you will be able to see the report card of one such child, right? And you also know about few people whose birthdays are falling. And then this is again a very important thing, especially when you're looking at child abuse or sexual abuse. You will have something called safe circle, and this was one such safe circle drawn by a child of 10 years old, and you can see very clearly she has scored an into on the safe circle. According to her, there is nobody she can confide. So you can imagine mental health is so very important that even children are now fearing that they are not able to express themselves. This is another painting. You can see a child has drawn a fish tank, and for all those people who know art therapy, here you can see a fish tank, but all the fishes are black in color. And there is no kind of an interaction. Can you see they are all in single direction? All the fishes are looking towards your left right now. All this means that the child does not have anybody to speak to. They are still so close that they are looking out for people who can make a difference to their lives, right? And I'm sorry. And then you can see this is another diagram that we all do, especially if you are an art therapist. You'll know what is called the fisherman's the bird's nest. And this is very important because we understand for a child who's showing a picture like this, you can see three chicks there. So all the three are erupting, which means the parents have flown, they're going to come back. And you can see other eggs also. Each egg denotes what is called, the dreams or the goals or the purpose. So here the child has actually depicted that, she has goals, but there's no father there or a mother there who's a caregiver, and a person who comes and, just does not be nice to her. And that's how, she's trying to portray herself, especially in a form of an art form. We also take people on GIGF trips, and here you can see us enjoying ourselves. So it is like no work and all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we do have our own work, and along with that, we do work out and go and have a good social connect so that we can have a deeper, meaningful, conversations with people, right? So that's again very, very important. Next, here you can see us, of course, on various other trips, and then you can understand that we are a part where we really go around and try to enjoy and explore our city that we live in, right? And here you can see how we had a one night stand, a stay at a mango festival farmhouse. And you can see people from, again, how all of us are so very happy, especially, sleeping in the tent and with minimal comfort, but maximum satisfaction, right? Uh, I also go and do a lot of sessions elsewhere in terms of teachers, organizations, and we try to help everyone have a very healthy kind of relationship. So here again, where I am one of the speakers in WOW, which is it's a wellness program basically, and compassing of all the wellnesses. So you can see here again, physical well-being, emotional well-being, financial well-being, a social well-being, all of these, and legal well-being. So all of these are covered, and you can see me doing a lot of physical exercise and trying to help people move. I gave them a little talk, a pep talk, and all of them did it. And I was honored to be a part of it. I also go and do such sessions in corporate setups where we do meditation sessions, and we try to help the mental well-being of people go up. So here you can see again a session with the corporate world. This is, I was fortunate to go into a jail and meet children there, juvenile jail, where I went inside and I tried to map the mental well-being of these children. And this is what I, through art therapy, children tried to show this. So they were either through drug abuse or any such things, they got into problems, and that's how they have been imprisoned. And some of them have repented. Like the last picture you can see, it says that my life is full damage, which means they are looking out for therapeutic means where they can change their behaviors, the CBT technique, where we can change behaviors and then get them out of that rut. Whereas there are some people you can see on the left side where they have written, my life or love is ganja, right? So you can see how children in the juvenile, they are choosing. So it's very difficult. That's why we are talking about prevention and awareness programs like this, because prevention is definitely better than cure, right? You can see me going and talking in various government-based school, corporation schools. Here you can see me in a primary school along with the teachers, where I am helping the mental well-being of the teachers. So we are talking about students, we're talking about teachers. Again, you can see another school where I was, training the teachers to have a better well-being. Today is not the time. See, I've been in the teaching industry for almost now 30 plus years. And I have seen, when I used to teach children earlier, it used to be a lot more comfortable. Today, teaching for students is so difficult. They said, spare the rod and spoil the child. But today you can't hit the child. You need to be communicative. You need to help them understand. And imagine the kind of stress on the teachers. When we were teaching, we didn't have a lot of administrative work in terms like there was no computers, and we didn't have to fill a lot of statistical analysis into the computers. Today, you are supposed to add a lot of these things and send. So for the same kind of salary what the teachers get, you will see them working on a lot of aspects where they feel their teaching skills are less utilized, whereas their administrative skills is what is that they are really investing their times on, right? You can see again workshops on various schools, middle schools and different schools where I really work on all sectors. So it's not only from one sector. And this is what the teachers are saying. They are, this is a spokes of a wheel diagram, and you can see a holistic life is what we are looking at. This is a very simple marker where you can see the holistic life is not there. It is not a uniform circle, which means they are compromising either on their health or on something else. And, when they become old or when they are going into retirement, the teachers, they feel that, their life has not been well lived. So that is the kind of a gap that we are seeing in things. Now, this is where we go to old age homes and we try to work out on their mental well-being. There are so many old age homes right now. Many children who don't have time to stay with their parents, or who are looking out for nuclear families or greener pastures outside India, they leave their parents in old age homes. And you can see each of these elderly people are going through a lot of mental turmoil, wherein they are looking into aspects that they want to lead a happy life, but they are unable to because of the relationship strains. So you can see how so many aspects that we have to look into, especially when we are looking into the health concepts. We also do a lot of laughter therapy and mudras and happiness yogas in a lot of areas, especially in Cancer Institute. So this is the Adyar Cancer Institute, where we went and we did a lot of programs there at the Cancer Institute in Chennai, where we were working out with the children, right? And personally, I have also donated my hair for the wig, making the, the hair wigs for the cancer affected children. So this is again something which is very important, that how are you going to be a contributory factor to the mental well-being of people. Imagine people who have shaved their hair off, and the kind of pain that they have in their eyes. And if you go through reels in Insta or Facebook, you would see when the child is affected, how the father and the mother, or the caregivers, they tonsure their head just to make the child feel inclusive. So are we really inclusive in nature is a question that we need to ask ourselves, right? So exercise to be fit, not to be skinny. Eat to nourish your body, and always ignore the haters, the doubters, and the unhealthy examples that were once feeding you, because you are worth more than that you can realize, right? And you can see our get and get fit members into all the medal winning games that they are in. You can see them in all the Asian championships, and right now even the international championships that most of them above 60 are a part of. And of course, it's not only about work, work, and work. It's also about us and our mental well-being. And you have to follow your passion. So you can see we have subgroups where we enjoy dancing, and we all take time and dress up and do a lot of fun activities together. So you are the game changer, my dear friends. Set your mind to transform into a better, fitter, healthier version of yourself with us at Get and Get Fit. We also have what is called the walking club, and you can see every milestone, that is 505, the 1010, 1515, and 202. This year it will be 2025. And you can see we are champions. We are the trendsetters. So you can see here the superstars of walking club of GIGF, which is on 2023. We had one for 2024, we have one for 2025, and every day we walk our kilometers so that we are able to complete 2025 kilometers by the end of this year, which is December 31st, right? And what has it done for ourselves? So this is a picture of myself where you can see from 2 kilometers to 14 kilometers to 15 kilometers, I walk every day. And you can see it has given me a better physical well-being too, right? So it's not only about others, it's also about how you are working it on yourself, right? So a healthy body with a healthy mind is equal to a happy human. So you can never take out the healthy mind away, right? So this is a beautiful poem that I really love, and I'm going to share it with you. Use it or lose it. Unused money devalues. Unused talent diminishes. Unused potential decays. Unused machinery disintegrates. Unused time dies. Unused knowledge becomes a burden. What isn't used leads to abuse. The tragedy of life isn't the ultimate death, but the resources that die within you when you are still alive. And your body and health is just the same. So, what a beautiful poem to talk more about, mental well-being, right? And these are the, different clubs that we have, and you can see it's all very exciting. And that's for people who want to connect with me, and I'm going to be open to ask your questions. So I'm going to stop sharing at this point of time, and I'm going to, 1 second.
Congrats, ma'am. It was amazing.
Thank
First part, you explained the theoretical dimensions, and the second part, you explained how you are enjoying your life and developing your mental health. And the third part, how philanthropic you are, helping school teachers, children, even kids in jail. Simply superb and amazing. Hats off to you, ma'am. Dear friends, if you would like to add something, or if you need some clarity on something, you can either ask or pause some of your queries in the chat. We can have a few minutes of discussion before winding up the session.
There is a question from Raji. Raji, you can unmute and ask. Raji J has raised her hand.
Sam, I would like to ask something. So
Sure, sure.
now the real menace is drug abuse. Now,
Okay.
most of us are teachers, and you are also a teacher. And so, new generation drugs, they don't have color, taste, nothing. If we mix drugs in something and if we serve, naturally people fall prey to this great menace. What can we do about that? Some of your suggestions. It would be great to get.
So we do sessions on drug awareness and drug abuse and illicit trafficking. And today, it is such a very important topic that we are addressing a lot of students and teachers about it. There are two ways of looking at it. One is first to identify what all are there and create an awareness. And second thing is how do we prevent it and how do we rehabilitate people who have already got into this kind of an abuse. Now, this is a very, very long topic to actually start with, but what I have seen right now is a lot more of understanding of how can I prevent it. As I told you, when I went into the juvenile prison, I saw a lot of children there. It was so very heart-wrenching to understand that children were subjected to that because they didn't know, they were unaware of the fact that they were roped into such activities, illegal, unethical, immoral activities, and later who had to pay the price for it was the life of a young child. Now, this is something that each of us need to take into consideration and create as much as awareness as possible. We need to educate children, we need to educate parents, and the concept of communication and relationships has to be improvised so that, children feel safe to come and tell their parents that they have done a mistake or got into any such trouble so that, they can take care of themselves later. Now, this is something where we are working along with the government, and I'm sure and confident that, we will be able to make things, bring about a lot of change in the society. So drug and drug awareness is again a very big topic that I'm dealing with. And we are doing a lot of activities in that front also in various sectors, schools, colleges, even in workplaces. You have these small tulip kind of a packet, and it is not only gender based also. Previously, we used to think that cigarettes and alcohol and e-cigarettes, all this was only for one gender, but that answer is not true. Today, I see because of modernization, because of lifestyle choices, many people are getting abused. And when you get into such bad vices, it also leads you into other crime problems like theft and robbery and rape and all this. So drug is just one part of it. When you keep adding on to the other cumulative negativity associated with it, it is so very difficult to actually work on. Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, when Sumi Raja asked about the clubs, she asked, please repeat the clubs that you have in GIGF.
Okay, I have 7 clubs. We have what is called the GIGF Consistency Club. The Consistency Club, obviously, with the word means consistency, which means every day, whether it's rain or shine, we connect over a Zoom link from 6 in the morning till 6:40 in the morning every single day, and we have been doing this for the last 5+ years. Now that is the consistency club. Every day you have a different part of the body that you're working on, and it is all about health, right? And second thing we work on is a challenge group. You challenge yourself to be a better version of yourself. Now, challenge group also very, very importantly, it works out on, setting the right kind of eating time, the amount of water you would drink, the kind of sleep you would have, the kind of nutrition that you would give to your body, the kind of exercise that is necessary, the kind of nature therapy that you would need, sticking on to your hobbies and wellness programs and things like that. So that is Challenge Club. Next, what we have is the walking club. I spoke to you about that also. This year is 2025, and we have 2025 kilometers that you need to complete in this particular year. And you have a time frame till December 31st, and all these people will be awarded and rewarded at the end of the year. And this will be, we generally give certificates of completion and medallions to the people who have completed the 2025 kilometers. And next we have is the healthy morning nutrition. We realize and see that many children, young adults, office goers, college students don't have a healthy breakfast. So it's like starting your vehicle in the morning. So it is very important that you have a wholesome breakfast, and we look into those 5 colors of fruits or vegetables, and I told you, and a handful of dry nuts, dry fruits that we, say. So these are things that the mineral component of your body where it is going to be good. We also have what is called a holistic healing club. Holistic Healing Club is a club where we help people with meditation and calming techniques. We do a lot of sessions like that, which can improve their sleep patterns. So we work majorly on the sleep patterns so that they can sleep well, right? And then we also have what is called the weight management program. So there are a lot of people who are overweight and who don't know ways and means of reducing their body weight. So we help them out with that. And the last but not the least is the Trip Club. The pictures of what I shared with you, wherein we organize trips, because I work with a lot of single women, elderly people who can't go on trips by themselves. So, they get stuck into their house. So I take time and I organize trips. I take them out, and, we have a hell a lot of time, and then we come back home. Most of the times when the feedback I get from these people in the trip group is that, they say when we go with our families, sometime because we are elderly, we can't walk enough, or we can't do those adventure things that others do. Our children or grandchildren, they make us, they make us sit in a place and give all their bags and shoes and whatever, and we are only caretakers of these properties. But if you ask us, did we enjoy the trip, the answer is a big no. So that is what these people tell us, the elderly people. And it is not always that when you're old that you only want to go to pilgrimage. It's not so. They also need fun times. And and what I have realized is people who have come for the first trip, the moment the trip is over, they ask me, when is the next trip? Because they want to get fitter. If they are not able to walk much, they'll say, no, from today I'll start walking so that I'll be able to walk better next time. So knowingly, unknowingly, we are improving their social well-being, their mental well-being, the kind of physical well-being. So as I told you, it's so interconnected that when we try to show them one aspect, the other things also come into play. So those were the 7 clubs that I help people with. I
Thank
hope
you.
I answered your question.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, Sumi, for that question. If you have any other questions, you can ask me.
Ma'am, shall I tell something?
Yes,
Hello,
please.
friends. August 6, 7, 8, 9, Marthaplus Training College is organizing an international conference and a few workshops as well at Marthaplus Training College. And Mental Health Action for People, Kerala chapter and Haryana Central University are joining hands with Marthaplus Training College. Outstanding programs, brilliant programs, exceptional resource persons from different parts of the world. And I have posted the link in our chat. You can join the WhatsApp group of the conference, okay? Don't forget that, please. Thank you. Now, shall we, Rajarishmi, you can move to the next level. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was a very inspiring talk, ma'am. We all were enlightened about the mental health and the activities we are doing. So much thanks, ma'am.
Thank you
So
so much.
now I invite Dr. Deepthi Elizabeth Matthew to extend a vote of thanks.
Good evening, one and all. It's my privilege and honor to deliver the vote of thanks on this special occasion.
Is it audible? Yeah, perfect. Carry on, Dr. Deep.
The special occasion of our national webinar on mental well-being for all, jointly organized by Marthaplus Training College in collaboration with Mental Health Action by People. First and foremost, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to our eminent resource person, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer, renowned physiotherapist, counselor, and life skill trainer, for gracing us with her presence and for delivering such an insightful, enriching, and empowering session. Your expertise and passion for promoting mental well-being have truly left us inspired. We deeply appreciate the time, effort, and warmth with which you engaged our participants. Thank you, ma'am, for making this session meaningful and memorable. I would also like to extend our sincere gratitude to our principal, Professor Dr. Joju John, and the members of Mental Health Action by People for their support and encouragement. A big thanks to all the participants, B.Ed, M.Ed, and research scholars who joined us with enthusiasm and made this webinar a grand success. Lastly, heartfelt thanks to all the organizing team members for your commitment and coordination. Thank you once again to all. Thank you very much.
Hello friends, I have a few announcements. And this is the 4th program in a row, and you will be receiving certificates if you have filled in the Google form, but you have to give us a couple of days time, and we will be sending all the certificates in a week. Please be patient enough and wait for that. Now we are going to play the national anthem, but you should not leave. If you would like to have the certificate, stay back, because there is a small technical problem in my laptop. So after the national anthem, I will exit and I will re-enter and post it, because my chat is not working now. I don't know what has happened. Yeah. Dr. Ansi has given the feedback form, so no problem. Let's go for national anthem, and then feedback link will be there for you to fill in. Special thanks to Dr. Ansi for the brilliant technical support, and our outstanding student Rajarashmi for the brilliant coordination. Thank you. Let's go for the national anthem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
Hello friends, be here for a couple of minutes. You can fill in the Google form and please